Year 2, it's Miss Whitmarsh here. We're going to be looking at word problems again today, but this time we're going to be focusing on multiplication and division. You're going to need your maths book or paper and a pencil. We're going to start today's lesson with some mental maths warm-up. They're going to be division and multiplication based, so you might want to use your 2s, 5s and 10s to help you work them out. I'll pause in between each question, but you can always pause the video if you need more time. The answers will be in the comments after this video. Okay, first question. 2 times 5 equals. Question 2. 10 divided by 2 equals. Question 3. 7 times 2 equals. Don't worry if I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video. Question 4. 50 divided by 10 equals. Question 5. 30 divided by 5 equals. Question 6. 8 times 5 equals. Question 7. 9 times 2 equals. Question 8. 100 divided by 2 equals. Question 9. 80 divided by 5 equals. And question 10. 12 times 10 equals. Pause the video here if you want to look at all the questions, and as I said before, the answers will be in the comments. So when we're looking at solving problems, we want to make sure we've got a bank of methods that we can use. So when we're looking at multiplication and division word problems, we might use our mental recall, so that's being able to use our times table and division facts, or counting in 2s, 5s and 10s. We can use our fingers and objects to help us as well if the numbers are small enough. We might draw pictures, and when we draw pictures we might draw arrays or lots of and groups of, and I'll show you how to do those when we're looking through some of the examples. And just like last week, we want to follow our steps. We need to make sure we read the question, underline the key information. Do you remember I like to swap these ones round? Write the number sentence and then draw pictures to go with it, and then we'll solve the problem, and we always like to check our answer, sometimes using another method as well. Okay, let's have a look at some one-step word problems first. A bike has 2 wheels. How many wheels does 5 bikes have? So I want to underline my key information first. So I want to look at the numbers, because this is important. So I've got 2 and I've got 5. It's asking me how many wheels do 5 bikes have. So that means I need to find lots of, so I'm going to be doing a multiplication. So I'm going to write my number sentence. 2 times 5 equals. Now I'm going to use my counting in 2s to help me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now I want to check my answer, so this time I'm going to draw an array. To draw an array, I need to look at my number sentence really carefully. So it's asking me to do 2 groups of 5. So I got one group of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a second group of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count in 5s, 5, 10, or I could go down and count in 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it means I've got the same answer. How did you do? Let's look at a 2-step word problem. Tilly has 40 counters. She shares them with her friend Sam. Tilly then gives 5 to Jake. How many counters is Tilly left with? So we need to look at the first part. So we want to look at the important information first in the first part. So we have 40 counters altogether, and she shares them. So that means we're going to be dividing with her friend Sam. So that means she's dividing it with one other person. There's 2 people altogether. So that means our number sentence is 40 divided by 2 equals. So I need to share this. The easiest way for me to do this is probably by drawing it. Now, I'm going to partition this number into tens rather than drawing each one individually. So I'm going to give her towers of tens. This is Tilly and this is Sam. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40. So remember, this means tens. That means there's 20 counters in here and 20 counters in here. So 40 divided by 2 is 20. So that's the first part of our answer. Then the rest of the problem says Tilly then gives 5 to Jake. So Tilly has 20 and she's going to give 5. That means she's taking away 5 and giving them to Jake. So now we need to do 20, take away 5. And we could count backwards for this. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. So Tilly has 15 counters left. Another 2-step word problems have a look at. Let's read the problem first. There are 5 tigers in 10 zoos. 2 tigers then leave each zoo. How many tigers are left altogether? So we want to highlight the important information. We've got 5 tigers in 10 zoos. Then 2 tigers leave each zoo. How many tigers are left altogether? So let's look at the first bit. There are 5 tigers in 10 zoos. So that means we need to find out how many there are altogether. That's a lot of. So that means I've got 5 times 10. I'm going to draw my towers of 10 to help me. I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Counting tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that means there are 50 tigers in the 5 zoos. It says 2 tigers leave each zoo. So that means I need to do another multiplication before I can do the last part. So this is a sneaky 3-step. So now I'm going to do 2 tigers from each zoo are leaving. So remember there's 5 zoos altogether. So I'm going to use an array this time. So I need 2 lots of 5. So there's 2 tigers in zoo 1. 2 more tigers. Zoo 3, zoo 4, zoo 5. And I'm going to count in 2s to work it out. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that means 10 tigers leave all the zoos. So now the final part says how many tigers are left altogether. So now it's asking me to do my whole number of tigers, take away the tigers that have left the zoo, equals 50 take away 10. If I count back in tens, 50, 40. I find out that there are 40 tigers left altogether. If you want to keep on practicing, on our school website you'll find some 1-step and 2-step word problems based around multiplication and division. Sometimes it might also ask you to do some addition and subtraction as the final part of the problem. As always, I'd love to see your work in the comments. Enjoy and have fun, and I'll see you all soon.